Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Sarah G with the Smack, and I'm back. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about my advice for new financial advisors and financial planners. Before I get into the video, just want to invite you to join my newsletter list in the summary box below. I am a CFA charter holder, and I used to be a financial advisor. So the first thing I want to just tell you is that being a new financial advisor is not an enviable position to be in if you don't already have an existing network that is mobilized. So if this is something that you're thinking of doing in the future, I would say before you move into this time or this role, I think you should set up your network so that it's mobilized and ready for when you do decide to do it. But let's say you didn't do that. Let's say you just jumped in cold. Now, I know that a lot of you probably got recruited into one of these awful wirehouse insurance company or brokerage firm training programs. Well, what they're really just training you to do is training you to be laid off. What they do is they take your connections that you signed up as clients over the first 3 months. And if you didn't get enough, they just are going to fire you and keep those clients. Those clients will be orphan clients that they will assign to another advisor. So a lot of times these new financial advisors are just kind of used as fodder for them to quickly, the company to quickly gather assets, either life insurance policies sold or, maybe you did some trades for some people. And that's that. So this is a tough way to go. And it's not to say that there aren't people who did come up through those programs and have made it and had very good careers. But I want to tell you that I'm going to speak out and be an advocate for new financial advisors. I think that these training problems, I almost said training problems. I think these training programs are problems, yes, but I think that I want to speak out as an advocate for new financial advisors and planners. I think that these training programs are exploitative of new financial advisors. And I think new financial advisors, if you can go find a firm to work at where you're working underneath a senior planner or advisor and learning the ropes and learning the business, you probably are going to grow slower. But I think that's a better way to go because especially if you're young, if you're starting out in your 20s, there probably aren't a lot of qualified high net worth people. So you're going to end up just selling transactional business, like, getting a commission for putting them into a loaded mutual fund or selling them an insurance policy. There's not a lot of like really big portfolios or people with that complicated financial needs that are in their 20s that are that, when their people are young, they don't necessarily have $4,000 to throw out on an expensive financial plan either. So this is really going to be tough, and you're going to have to work very hard if you're in one of these brokerage training programs when you're under quota. You're 25 years old, you don't have the expertise. Just don't compromise your morals. And if you feel like you're being exploited or you're being asked to do things that kind of don't work out in the best interest of the client, then you may actually have to quit your job. Okay. But like I said, I would love to see you get a nice junior position and be trained and maybe get a salary instead of having to work on all commission and eat what you kill, which when you're a new financial advisor is going to put you in a position of having to be aggressive. And that's where people make a lot of mistakes and make a nuisance of themselves, or that they, can be overly aggressive and keep harping on their friends and family or people in their circles to buy things from them. And then after the job ends, or you got the sale, or maybe you didn't get the sale, the person told you off, and that you could just burn a lot of relationships. And those are within your circle of people that you care about and they care about you. So don't compromise that. Okay. Find a better way. So that really my first piece of advice would be, if you can avoid these training programs, I think you should. And the second piece is that if you are in a position where you are in one of these training programs, or you have a quota, or you're just maybe starting out as a new financial advisor in a situation where you do have to aggressively grow, I would just always advocate for a quality, not quantity approach. And I know that that's hard when you're under quota and you've got bills to pay and the money's not coming in, but never sacrifice the quality of the interactions and never try to rush a sale. And of course, never try to get a sale just for the sake of getting a sale. although that's really what the quota is going to want you to do. You never really want to do that. So you've got to, if you want to really succeed though, and you're in one of these situations where you're under quota, you are going to have to go all in. You're going to have to commit, and you're going to have to go all in, and you're going to have to really gain some sales skills. So, there are training programs. Again, like, I'm not a fan of these wirehouse or insurance company training programs because I think they're very sales focused, but you are going to have to really get out there, talk to a lot of people. You're going to have to, especially during the pandemic now that we're coming out of, I think you should try to get on social media, build relationships there. I also recommend, if you're a new advisor, that you somehow specialize in a particular area, whether it be, it doesn't necessarily have to be who it is that you're talking to, but it's more in what it is that you do for them. So, you don't have to be like the financial advisor for car dealership owners, although that is a, possible niche. You should be specialized in the kinds of things that people in that niche would need and develop really deep knowledge of those kinds of things. I mean, a typical one is like doctors or dentists. That's what financial advisors a lot of times tend to go after. I'm not a fan of people going after the typical niches because those niches are very crowded. For example, how many financial advisors are going after doctors, right? And doctors are very, very wary of this kind of thing. And so it's very difficult to penetrate those market niches. Even for the more established advisors, it's hard to get doctors as clients. So I would think of kind of a like quirky little niche, a narrow niche where you have some kind of a really rare skill that a certain amount of the population would be looking for. And then I would just go find those people. Again, a lot of times this doesn't happen according to the time frame of the quota, but you're maybe going to have to work longer hours while you're building up your practice in order to do that. So that's my advice for new financial advisors. Hope you didn't mind that I keep it real, but that's what people come to me for. And if you're looking to learn how to create relationships using social media, I do have a membership training program. It's in the link in the summary box below. It's the Sarah Grillo membership. You could also join my newsletter. I have a podcast and blogs that would be very informative for you as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.